Hello.
Hello.
Hello, I'm K Kurd.
My name is Marcus Bronzy.
And this is Ain't Got a Clue. It's the show where we find the answer to quiz questions and then we give you the answer, but like bare entertaining reasoning behind it. So you don't just go, oh my God, what was the answer? And you just forget about it. So this way you actually remember it.
Simple stuff.
There we go. Before we crack on, what's going on, Marcus?
I'm all right, man. I'm enjoying myself. You know what, Kate? I feel like, and this is so boring, so we'll get through this super quick, but I'm drinking way too much coffee at the moment, bro.
I'm drinking way too much water. I go toilet a lot.
Nothing wrong with drinking a lot of water, though, is there? Is there?
No,
is it just long to go and wee?
It's just weeing all the time.
It feels good going for a good wee, but not all the time.
Like, I wake up in the middle of the night. That's not nice.
That's I get so angry with myself. This is how you know we're getting older, because I'm like, I like get a glass of water.
My bowel movements are absolutely terrible. Okay, my stools, they aren't what they used to be. I hate the way my bowels are moving.
At least we're still waking up in time to go for a piss, and our bladders are working well enough. It's when that stops happening,
Listen,
you're like,
listen.
Oh, bother. You wake up, oh, bother. Shut the bed again. Fuck me.
I can't like I can't hold it in anymore. Really, like that for a long period of time. If I need to go to the toilet, where is the toilet? I need it now.
Yeah, I feel like my bladder's getting smaller. But actually, I've noticed K's like, yeah, man. So need to go for a shit. See you out the door. I'm like, oh wow, you really needed to go.
Yeah, like
I'm like that as well.
If I need a number one or a two, it's happening. Like,
yeah,
I need to be in the immediacy of a toilet.
I don't think I could live with my current bladder control or the speed that it fills up. I couldn't be a woman, because I feel like it's easier for a guy to just nip to a bush and have a wee or whatever. But
and to end up on a sex offenders register.
Yes, also, yes. Don't do it outside of primary school. Look, it was a long day. Don't do
it outside. Like, you will get on a sex offenders register apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Even if you do it like on a motorway or something like that.
Anyway, if somebody snitches, the police find you.
Really?
Sex offenders. Yeah, because you're exposing your private part.
What if you're like
It's not that you're wanking it off, but like, it's still, yeah.
Anyway, you were just saying that to the police. They could like, woo, woo. Excuse me, sir, can we have a talk with you? I'm not wanking it off, officer. I'm not. It's just, I'm doing a bit of plumbing. Listen, for more toilet humour, check out our Patreon episode about toilet paper. Yes, please do.
Right, so do you want to know the question for this week? What planet has nearly all of its moons named after Shakespearean characters?
Ain't got a clue, mate.
Right. I mean, before I give you the answer, do you like the moon? What do you think of the moon?
I like the moon. It's decent, man.
Do you know, when I first found out other planets had moons,
I
was like, yo, what do you mean? Like, what? Just another one there, bruv. Yeah, that's like, greedy.
Moons.
Yeah, moons.
You're meant to have one.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? And what do you know about Shakespeare? What's your favourite Shakespeare play?
You're going to hate me for saying this, Kay. I'm not a big fan of Shakespeare.
I won't hate you for that.
Okay.
As if like that's what I, K Kurd, no longer bear a friendship with the young gentleman named Marcus Bronzy. And I put that down to the reasoning that I on a fair Friday morning, whilst in the company of said Marcus Bronzy, was greeted by the abomination, the news that Marcus is not a fan of the great playwright, the great British playwright that is Sir William Shakespeare. Okay, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason for my termination of friendship with Mr. Bronzy. Thank you very much for coming to my talk.
And everyone's like, oh, amazing,
absolutely
amazing show. That is William Shakespeare's finest. So if I had to pick one, Midsummer Night's Dream, because I watched that outside during a summer night, and as it got dark in the play, it got dark.
Yeah, I saw it at the Young Vic.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go. So I'd like that, but if you were to tell me what happened in it, can't remember.
I like Romeo and Juliet, just like classic in it, just like bog standard, does what it says on a tin.
Ronsill, it's a Ronsill job,
isn't it? I mean? It's like Romeo and Juliet, do you know what I mean? It's a classic love story. You've got like Romeo, he's like a Capulet, she's a Montague.
Yeah, they have a bang, innit? Yeah, like, fancy each other.
Do you know what it is, Marcus? I feel like what it is with Shakespeare and Romeo and Juliet in particular is that the relatability of that character. I could see myself, Romeo, trying to go into a like masquerade ball. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Halloween done that.
Yeah. Hello, and you know what? I'm not being funny, Kay, and I know you agree. Like I look in the mirror some days, most days, every day, and I just think, Romeo, That's what I'm looking at. Romeo. You know what I mean?
Romeo.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest though, like, we have seen the classic scene where Romeo is outside Juliet's house in various other publications and stories across time. Most recently, I would say, was Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Never believe. Where Drake in the video was going to Kiki's house.
Yeah. Could you like? Is that kind of classic holding a stereo over your head, playing a power ballad to like the one you love? Possibly the most romantic / the freakiest, weirdest thing you could ever flip and do to somebody. Imagine if someone done that to you, like you were in bed at night and you just heard like muffled, "Oh, my love, my darling," and you get up and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
I'd probably go for a Daniel Bedingfield number. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd be barefoot, like going outside some council estate, like, if you're not the one, then why does my heart say so? Because I don't know the words, innit?
And there's always someone like,
Do you know, fun fact, right? You know, unrelated artist next to Daniel Bedingfield.
Yeah.
Natasha Bedingfield doesn't come up.
No, what? Why? Why is that?
Because it's not the same genre, innit? But it's like related artists.
Though. I thought logically that would.
Because they did do this. He's singing, I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. Yeah. She's got like, what's that song? Da 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 fire. Honey, you can let it be. No one else can feel the one on your lips.
Do you think she was only big because of the Bedingfield name?
Absolutely not. I feel like women are successful in their own rights. Thank you very much, Mark. You tried the sexist angle, ladies and gentlemen.
How could you? Do you hear how Kay just injected misogyny into that?
The man that we call Marcus Bronzy has been accused of sexism. And that is why I am no longer friends with the Marcus Bronzy. A gentleman that I thought was a man of equality. A man that championed both sexes, all genders. Apparently it was not so. This is the kind of man that doesn't like the works of Sir William Shakespeare.
Imagine a whole day talking like that. What would the intro to this podcast sound like in Shakespeare?
I would like an oat milk latte.
Dominoes! I would like your finest cheese-covered circular delights that they call the passion of pepperoni. Stat.
This coitus has been nothing short of spectacular.
I mean, there's like a limit to the kind of Shakespearean lyrics you can use, but I feel like if you throw a couple of little Shakespearean lines into normal conversation, it sounds quite educated and smooth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's much to do about nothing. What's happening here is I'm letting on that I know a lot more about literature than I actually do, and it's a lot funnier that way, but I don't. I'm actually fucking clueless when it comes to Shakespeare. Don't know why I sound like Gary Barlow doing that, but there we are, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell I've had my morning coffee. Yeah, so your favourite was Midsummer Night's Dream. Do you know what happens in Midsummer Night's Dream? Basic plot.
Can't remember.
How many Shakespeare plays can you name?
Romeo and Juliet, Midsummer Night's Dream, Hamlet, King... Is there something else? King.
I don't know. Othello, there you go, yeah. It's about 4.
I'm looking at the script now to see if you've written any down. I can't see it. 4, is that an acceptable number, Kay?
I would say that, yeah.
How about you, mate? I feel like you're going to do a bit better.
They were the ones I knew.
Also, there's a biopic probably someone. So
King Lear. Was King Lear what?
I don't know. King Lear?
You know, Shakespeare's got like 300 plays and we're just like 5. It's good enough. It's good enough. What was the one Adrian Lester played? Lenny Henry was in one.
Yeah.
Right, okay, well, I'll give you the answer if you want.
Yeah, please.
What planet has nearly all of its moons named after Shakespearean characters? It is Uranus. Not Uranus. For all the flipping toilet humour fanatics out there, it's not Uranus.
Say that for the Patreon episode.
Uranus actually sounds like one of those names that a group come up with on Dragon's Den. What do you think we should name the team? I think we should name it Sparkulus. No, that doesn't make sense.
I think, can I just have a suggestion, please? Yeah, I think we should name it Uranus. I think it's a nice planet. It's big. Do you know what I mean? It's one of the bigger planets. It's got loads of moons.
Yeah.
And where are loads of moons?
Yeah, I agree with him. I think we'll go Uranus. Right.
Uranus? We're all going for Uranus? Wonderful, lovely.
Wicked.
Right.
Wait,
so,
doesn't that sound a bit like bottom though?
No. We'll come. The guys have just named the group Uranus, and I think they really haven't thought this through.
That's Claude or whatever, isn't it? Like, or Neil. Anyway, The Apprentice, one of the worst TV shows. No, I'm joking. It isn't. It's good, but it's created some of the worst people on television.
I feel like
Donald Trump, Katie Hopkins, etc. Let's get back to the scripts. Right, so the first two moons to be discovered were Titania and Oberon.
Titania.
Yeah, which were spotted.
Okay, you just start. Sorry.
This guy is fine. The honourable man that I believe to be honourable, Mr. Marcus Bronzy, has been making jokes about women's genitalia. And that is the reason I forbade any friendship with this man going further.
I apologise. Sorry, Titania and Aubergine.
Titania and Oberon, bruv. Oberon is a sick name, bruv.
Oberon actually is a good name.
Oberon sounds like a sexy mixed race guy.
Oberon. Oberon.
Are you linking Oberon?
Yeah, I'm going to go and see Obi.
There's certain names if you have, you're buff, bruv.
Marcus. Yeah,
Nah,
you're right, bro.
dead.
Marcus is a...
I'm talking like Amari.
Titania is actually quite a nice name.
Amari, if you're an Amari as a guy. Amari. You can't be ugly and be called Amari. You have to at least be in shape.
Yeah. Amari likes to drink oat milk lattes. Yeah.
But Oberon.
Amari's up at 4 a.m. making sure he has his pre-workout protein before he lifts the whole gym.
He's dancing in Step Up too, bro. Amari's that kind of guy.
All right, Amari's...
Oberon.
Okay.
Oberon. Jeez, what a name.
What does Oberon do? Does he bang? Does he bang and clang Oberon in the gym? I reckon he bangs and clangs weights.
Oberon just looks like he'd be a model, I reckon. Oberon.
Yeah.
Oberon.
So Oberon only does bodyweight exercises.
There you go.
That's what he does, yeah.
They were spotted by Sir William Herschel on January 11th, 1787, 6 years after he discovered a planet itself. Okay. So he discovered a planet. He's like, what else am I going to discover around here? So he just kept on looking. And he found out. And then later, Herschel thought he had discovered up to 6 moons and perhaps even a ring. For nearly 50 years, Herschel's instrument was the only one with which moons had been seen. Imagine that.
Really? So he's the only guy. So everyone's like, what's he doing?
So, so to be honest with you, he could have been lying. I've seen 4 moons.
So someone else like, I've seen 2. Yeah, I've seen 3. Yeah.
Like, how do you know? Because they can't see the moons in it. So he's the only one. He's the only one with a telescope in it. Like, I've seen 4 moons. Like, how do you know? Yeah. I've seen them. I've got a telescope. Well, I haven't got one. Well, you need to get one.
Can I have a look at yours?
No.
Bother.
So yeah, in the 1840s, better instruments and a more favourable position of Uranus in the sky.
More favourable.
Well, it's true though. If you can see Uranus in a better place,
in a better, more favourable. Sorry.
So it led to sporadic indications of satellites additional to Titania and Oberon. Eventually, the next 2 moons, Ariel and Umbriel, were discovered by William Lassell in 1851.
Ariel and Umbriel.
And then the Roman numbering scheme of Uranus's moons was in a state of flux for a considerable time, and publications hesitated between Herschel's designs, where Titania and Oberon are Uranus 2 and Uranus 4, and William Lassell's, where they are sometimes called 1 and 2. So there's like real like.
So they called them moons instead of giving them actual names. They called them Uranus. Like, for example,
that's the first moon, that's the second moon, that's the third, but they've got names as well.
So if we did that here, technically our moon would be called Earth 1. If we're using the same logic.
Yeah, sort of.
Or also called the moon. Yeah. All right, okay, I'm with you.
So with the confirmation of Ariel and Umbriel, Lassell's numbered moons through, I through to IV. There's a Roman numerals. I forgot what they mean.
1 to 4 with you.
Yeah. From Uranus outward, and this finally stuck. In 1852, Herschel's son, John Herschel, gave the 4 then known moons their names.
So his son, who didn't do any of the discovering, gets to name the moons.
To name them. No, but you can imagine that as a child.
Yeah. Look into my telescope. Yeah. What do you see? Those are the moons. What do you want to name them? Daddy, I would like to name them Ariel and Umbriel.
Daddy, I'd like to call them Ariel and Umbriel because you wouldn't let me have rabbits, and that's what I'd call them, Dad.
Daddy, can we name them something else, please?
No, you're naming them after proper characters.
I wonder why he let his son name them. That's fascinating.
I want to name them Shit Snap. No, I'm joking. Well, he didn't let his son name them. His son just did it, innit? Like,
just did it.
It's like, you know when you get like your parents like leave your house or something, it's like, I fancy doing it. I'm going to knock down one of these walls. Dad loved that wall. Yeah, but, I mean, this would be nice.
Dad loved it. Exactly.
No, but it's a nicer way. Like, it's more modern, more light in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
No other discoveries were made for almost another century until 1948, where Gerard Kuiper at the McDonald Observatory.
I'm loving it. Sorry.
He discovered the smallest of the last 5. Typical McDonald's, always shortchanging ya. I'm joking. McDonald's, everything's called big. This is quite ironic. See, allegedly everything. McDonald's, if you do want to sponsor the podcast,
I'm loving it.
MarcusBronzy.com, info@MarcusBronzy.com. He'll sort it out.
There we go.
Actually, no, get in touch with Acast. That's contracted.
We're doing backhanders. one Patreon episode in, backhanding our way out.
If you're listening to this if you're from Acast and you're listening to this, no, sorry, McDonald's, can you please go to Acast? So sorry, wait, let me get back to that. No other discoveries were made for almost another century. In 1948, Gerard Kuiper at the McDonald Observatory discovered the smallest and the last of the 5 large spherical moons. Miranda. Do you know what's
also
funny?
They named Miranda after my favourite soft drink from a cheap chicken shop. They actually
which ironically they don't have at McDonald's. I like my Fanta with no ice.
So after almost 100 years,
and then they discovered a 5th one.
So like, be honest, if it's 100 years, Kay, and something hadn't been discovered or done, the first person to say that they find something new, everyone's usually like, all right, mate. No. Look, I know it's been 100 years, but I found another planet. Have you got any proof? Well,
but also we just have to take it as fact. Like, if NASA say tomorrow, like, do you know what? There's a planet made of cheese out in the sky.
Yeah.
I thought we just got to be like, you know what? There is.
Who am I? Am I big little me is going to argue with NASA with hundreds of minds? Exactly. You're right.
But not even just that. I ain't got a telescope, bro. Like, if they're like, prove me wrong, I ain't got a telescope. So.
Imagine NASA just finishing every conference with like, yep, and there's 17 moons around the Earth. Prove us wrong. So you saw it, you didn't.
Uranus was, hold on. Yeah, decades later, the flyby of the Voyager 2 space probe in January 1986 led to the discovery of a further 10 inner moons. Another satellite, Perdita, was discovered in 1999 after studying old Voyager photographs. So imagine that decades later, in 86, they sent this Voyager off, and only in 99 they got the photos.
Because there were old photos left over that people hadn't. So by studying old photographs, they found planets. So you're telling me that people have been looking at these things and not seen planets?
Look, this was the day before smartphones, right? You had to go and get your photos developed, all of that sort of stuff. Like, you get a call back.
Sorry, these photos are taking.
Oh my God, I was thinking about this the other day, yeah? Say you were taking like really private photos. The guy developing them has seen all of it. So say you were taking nudes and stuff with your wife, he'd seen all of it.
That's why the
I'll take some of these for myself.
Oh, I get the first pickings. So imagine though, you're at work,
yeah, man,
and all your job is find new moons, right? We suspect there's new moons, right? And your boss says to you during every appraisal, like, "Kay, so it's your job. It's 1987 now. We've got a new batch of pictures. You've been on them for like 3 months. Have you found any new moons?"
I would have got sacked, because what I would have done is I'd have got a Jaffa out and go, full moon, half moon, total eclipse, full moon, half moon. Look, I found about 12 of these.
Mate, I could keep going all day long. And then 10 years later, the same boss is there and they're like, "So it looks like our new boy Jamie has actually looked at the photographs." Not mentioning any K's, I mean names. Sorry about that, mate.
No, but can you imagine it was like, no, that one's a moon. Wait, what? I thought that was a speck of dust. No, it's a moon. Oh.
So I guess there must be a few on here. Oh, my bad, guys. Anyway, gonna go get some Jaffa cakes.
Uranus was the last large planet without any known irregular moons, but since 1997, nine distant irregular moons have been identified using ground-based telescopes. 2 more small inner moons, Cupid and Mab, were discovered using the Hubble Space Telescope in 2003. As of 2020, the moon Margaret was the last Uranian moon discovered, and its characteristics were published in October 2003. So, you know.
So basically, you're saying that we could potentially still find moons. If we're still discovering moons in 2020, hypothetically, we could find more of them, right? I feel like there's more moons to come.
Yeah, man. Do you want to know a list of the names and where they're from?
Yeah, crack on.
Yeah, so Ariel and Umbriel and Belinda weren't actually Shakespearean.
Oh.
Yeah, they were from The Rape of the Lock, a poem by Alexander Pope.
Never heard of it.
So Herschel's son, wherever he was on, he didn't really like it, did he?
Okay.
But the plays by William Shakespeare. So here are the moons. A Midsummer Night's Dream, Titania, Oberon and Puck. The Tempest. It's got Ariel in there as well. Miranda, Caliban, which is not to be mistaken with the Taliban. Syriac, Sycorax.
That sounds like a Mortal Kombat character.
Sycorax, Prospero, Sadabos, Stefano, Trinculo wins, Francisco, Ferdinand.
That is the Tempest in essence.
Wicked.
The Tempest is Mortal Kombat.
That sounds like a Mortal Kombat-y. Like if you
They
told me
sound
it was
like X-Men, to be fair. Caliban, I won't have this. Professor X-Men.
Sycorax, join us, please. Prosperous and Sabetos need to head over to Tranquilo.
Francisco. In King Lear, Cordelia. Hamlet, Ophelia. The Taming of the Shrew, Bianca.
Bianca.
Troilus and Cressida, in Cressida.
Troilus.
Othello, Desdemona. Romeo and Juliet, Juliet and Mab. Where was Mab in Romeo and Juliet?
You're asking the guy that can't remember what Midsummer Night's Dreams are. I'm going to guess though. I reckon Mab was a gossipy character that caused the fight between the Capulets and the Montagues.
I don't even remember Mab. That's really bad. That is. Yeah. I don't remember Mab at all.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even remember that. The Merchant of Venice, Portia.
Hood name still?
I like Portia. Hood name.
Wow, we both have different opinions on that.
Portia, I like the name, but yeah, I can. The thing is, the only people I've known who called Portia have been quite middle class.
Really?
Yeah.
And Portia?
Yeah, because they're spelling it Portia with a TIA.
Yeah.
Do you know in the hood they probably thought Portia? No, that's Portia.
Portia.
No, as in Portia.
Yeah, Portia.
She's a Portia. What? No. Rosalind from the play As You Like It. Margaret from Much Ado About Nothing. Bruv, going back to my pun, it was great, wasn't it, at the beginning?
Yeah. You know what? Can we give you another badumts?
Yeah. Perdita from A Winter's Tale. And
Perdita.
and Cupid from the Timon of Athens. Some asteroids are also named after the same Shakespearean characters, and they share names with the moons of Uranus. 171 Ophelia, 218 Bianca, 593 Titania, 666 Desdemona. Whoa. 666 Desdemona. So you know that this
If you do an alphanumerical add up and get the numbers between if A equals 1 and Z equals 26, okay, D, E, and S, add them together, divide them by D, E, M, and add on O, N, A, you get the number 666, Satan.
763 Cupido. And 2758 Cordelia. That sounds like do you know what? These all sound like marathon numbers that they all got for like the London Marathon.
100%.
Ophelia, you were number 171. Bianca, 218. Titania, 593. Desdemona, I'm sorry about this. I know you're quite religious. This is 666. I can't wear this one.
They sound like racist Twitter troll accounts. You know those ones. Come out of nowhere.
763 Cupido. I don't like. I love my country, Britain, West Ham, and Brexit. Hashtag Uranus.
So you're telling me if I find a new moon today, Kay, I can turn around to you and just say, I want to call it, because there's 171 Ophelia, I can just say 172 Ophelia or whatever. I can just add a number.
If you discover this one, you are allowed to do whatever you like with it. You discovered this.
What would I name a planet? That's a really important.
What would you name a planet?
Yeah.
You can't even name a sandwich, bro. So I don't even.
You're right. What would I call it? If I had to make a snap decision, if I had 5 seconds, Bronzy, I'd call it that. The planet Bronzy.
Is it planet Bronzy?
Bronzy. 69.
Bronzy 69. So, do you want to know the answer again? So, what planet has nearly all of its moons named after Shakespearean characters?
Uranus.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is Marcus Bronzy being rather immature. The young Marcus Bronzy!
You, for the whole of this cast of pod, the whole of this cast that we're podding, Uranus. So Uranus's moons, it's many moons, and probably, I'm going to figure out,
moons, all of that sort of stuff.
Are all named after Shakespearean characters.
Well, nearly all.
Nearly all of them. Sorry,
a couple of them are just like after like the rape of the lock or whatever that.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, because his son, whoever found most of the moons, his son Herschel was just decided to name him differently. And I've also
Sir William Herschel.
And we could have more moons hypothetically on the way as well. That's fascinating, man. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate that, man. I've learned a lot there.
Thank you. If you did enjoy this podcast, why don't you check out our Patreon? Patreon is a platform where you can support creators like ourselves, and you could give us a bit of money. For the price of a coffee every month, you could get extra episode a week of Ain't Got a Clue. How does that sound? An extra episode of Ain't Got a Clue every week. I think it sounds absolutely amazing. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, so why don't you sign up to Patreon now? There is a bit of VAT, don't worry about that. Pay it, it's fine.
Sorry.
But you get to support your favourite creators, and it means we get to do more of this, and we get rich in the process. We might... No, we're not going. And we give you some little exclusives upon that as well. There's different tiers. Will be like, live shows, all of that sort of stuff. You'll get like you'll be the first snipe at it, I swear, and you'll make us rich in the process.
But it's quite a nice value one though, because I think we do give, for every episode that we drop here, like this one you're listening to, we drop Patreon episodes as well, where I don't know, I feel like we take it up a notch in some of them as well, innit? Because it's, you know.
We can be a lot more of ourselves. Do you know what I mean? Not to say that we're not ourselves, but we can swear more, and we can be like a bit more toilet humoury. And
look, man, just subscribe, innit?
You shall subscribe.
It is a pandemic, and these young gentlemen have been using their talents to entertain and educate you throughout the duration of this pandemic, thus meaning they are creating a say. I would go as far as to say that they are what key workers are to the NHS.
Oh, don't do no. No.
They are what key workers are to your NHS for your mental health and your knowledge. That is what they are. They are they are key workers for your mind and your spirit. So why not, for the bloody price of a coffee, support these young gentlemen? That is what I say to the choir today. The choir?
Our recent Patreon episode, we actually talked about loo roll, which is quite funny as well.
Yes.
It was a bit of more jokes about
toilet banter. Toilet banter.
More Uranus jokes.
So, guys, my name's K-Card. Subscribe. No, you can follow me on all social media platforms, all the good ones.
Yeah, man.
Kaekurd. I'm not on Koira.
What is Koira?
Quora. There's a lot of answers. People ask
Quora. Quora. Oh, yeah.
People ask questions on there and answer. I didn't know how it was pronounced. Thanks for that. Now it makes me look stupid. That is another quiz question. How is pronounced?
GIF or GIF?
Or Sif?
Or Steve? Is he a Sif?
Remember Sif? Or spray?
Yeah.
When they had a big advertising campaign. It's no longer called GIF. It's Sif.
Mate, I know people that genuinely had it. People don't like change, innit? People are like, what? What? I remember when they tried Cocoa Pops to Choco Krispies.
It's like TK Maxx in America. It's called TJ Maxx. It's like, hey, buddy. We don't know this TK guy.
Yeah.
TK sounds a bit Japanese to us. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to name him TJ.
Yeah. Stats say that 97% of Americans feel a lot less intimidated by TJ.
TJ, yeah, that's Timothy J.
You know TJ. Plays soccer, football, basketball. All the balls. Anyway, you can find me at Marcus Bronzy on all social medias. I'll tell you what though, look, I know we've banged on about the Patreon, so I won't anymore. If you want to help us out a little bit, do us a favour. Pick one friend, not all of your friends. Pick one buddy, one mate, one pal. Just tell them,
you must subscribe to this podcast. Give me your device. I will go onto the podcast app and you must listen to this particular podcast. Thank you.
Goodbye.